In Myrtle Beach, we don't dance with the stars, we shag with the stars. Find out what it's all about coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People, and Happy New Year. This morning we're at Taylor's Alterations and Boutique at 712 Main Street in Myrtle Beach. We're focused on the National Shag Dance Championships, and we're visiting with its chairman, Barry Thigpen. Good morning, Barry.
Happy New Year. Good morning.
Thank you for coming in on New Year's Day, and thanks to Ray and Beverly for opening up McTaylor's for us early at 7. Obviously, the Black Tie restaurant next door, they were crammed yesterday. And
right.
A big couple of days. Thanks for coming in.
Well, you're certainly welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And the National Shag Dance Championships, of course, the prelims later this month, and then the big weekend coming up in, is it March?
March 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Wow.
But this month, what we have to look forward to is the 25th and the 26th.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And, of course, not only the National Shag Dance Championships, but we want to highlight Shaggin with the Stars.
Well, we certainly do, and we had a great time last year. We've got some great stars and some great dancers who have contributed their time to practice with these people to get them all ready for the 25th, which is on Friday night around 10 o'clock. And we will be on time. It will start, and we'll be good to go.
I love it. Barry, share with viewers a little bit about last year's event, the inaugural one of Shaggin with the Stars, who some of the folks were in that, and how the results turned out.
Well, it was a great event. We had the mayor of North Myrtle Beach, the mayor of Myrtle Beach. We had Coach David Bennett,
right,
who was first runner-up, and David is still suffers from not winning that contest. You know, he is so highly competitive and everything.
Yeah.
But Martha Hunn was the winner. She danced with Jeff Hargett, who was the 2005 overall champion, and they won. And of course, David was second. He danced with Nikki Brown, and we had other people.
Chamber president.
Oh, listen,
Brad
Dean was the best sport. He danced with Mandy Holt, who works there. Brad was just a super good sport, and he did a great job also.
Oh yeah, yeah.
As did Diane Devon Stokes, who was she's our hostess.
Will be with us later this week.
Right, right. But Diane is our hostess, and she had watched them, and she had emceed it for years. And we wanted Diane to find out, exactly it wasn't quite as easy, and she always said it wasn't. So, but anyway, she enjoyed working with Bill Barber.
She's definitely a star, as are all those folks.
They are.
Talking about.
They are.
Sure.
Good sports. All of them good sports.
And the breakdown is identical to what you're planning for this later this month, and that. Share it, please.
Well, what they're doing, same as last year, they'll come out and they'll dance to one record. They'll select a record, and it'll be judged at two parts. We have 5 professional shaggers. We'll judge them, and they'll score them, and that score will be split with the audience applause at the end.
So there will be much like any,
Yes. It's the home viewers, except our home viewers will be at Studebakers, and then the judges.
That is tremendous.
Yeah.
That is tremendous, Barry.
But they do a good job. They do a good job.
Oh, yeah. Well, to see some of the pictures from last year and just those folks outperforming, even that shot, there's a great black and white shot of Brad Dean. I love it. He looks like looks like Charlie Duke out there.
Brad was what you call getting down.
Yeah,
he really was. He did good. He did
I love
a super
seeing
job.
that.
He is a super sport. He really is.
I've been amazed. Some of these guys who go out and do the Sweetie Pie pageant every year in that Grand Strand Humane Society stuff that I could never even fathom. And then to see some of those same people get out and perform for you and Shaggin with the Stars, I just couldn't believe it.
I know, and the ones who do the Sweetie Pie, I said, look, if you put on a dress, you got to do this.
You got no problem.
No problem.
That's exactly right.
No problem.
And you've got a great lineup, of course, this year. But real quick, the National Shag Dance Championships have been around how long, Barry?
This is our 25th contest.
Wow.
And we
started anniversary. Yeah.
We started this through the late great Ashby Ward. Ashby back in 1983, 84 said, well, Barry, we need something, because when we have the parade with Can-Am days, it either snows, it rains, it's horrible weather. What else can we do? And my wife Pat and I had just gotten back into a couple's thing of shagging. So we said, I said, well, why don't we do the Canadian American Days Shag Championship? And then I thought, why not just do it the national Shag? So we got the rights and everything, and we went ahead and did it.
Wow.
And for about the first 5 or 6 years, it was through the chamber that we worked with Marilyn Tunig and, of course, through Ashby, and got her going there.
That is tremendous.
Yeah.
So it really tied into the chamber originally.
It did, and it really got so overwhelming. Ashby said, "Barry, why don't you just kind of get a committee and y'all go somewhere else?"
I love it. I love it. And
But
Studebaker's has been a great venue.
Studebaker's was great. We were there for 16 years. Then went to Broadway 1 year. Came back. Then we went to another location, and then we went to the Attic for 4 years, which was a good history. With the I love the floor at the Attic because of the hardwood floor there. And then went back to Studebaker's last year.
Right, and you'll be
and
back
and
there,
with open arms with Don Cawthon, and it was great. It's great to be back.
Oh yeah,
and very fitting. One thing I think we can show on the front cover last year was.
I'll hold that up. I'll hold that up very definitely. Who is on the cover there?
That's last year's winners, and that's last year's program because they've won 2 years in a row. That's Jessica McElhaney, and Jessica's from Mount Pleasant or Charleston, South Carolina, and Sam West from Hamlet, North Carolina. Jessica, by the way, is the only person from the state, born in the state of South Carolina, to win this title, the overall championship.
Is that right? The only one born in the state?
Everybody else is from North Carolina. Your home state.
My home state.
It kills me to say that.
That's right. Where you went to college. That's exactly right.
There you go.
That's amazing. Well, what a great shot. And of course, folks can get one of these great if they come, if they actually get tickets and get in the door.
Right.
These souvenir booklets here, which are fantastic. You've got some of the great corporate sponsors on the back, and just a magnificent booklet here. It goes on and on to see the folks that are dedicated to the Shag. To see folks that are dedicated to it. And for viewers who may not be totally familiar with South Carolina's official dance, what is the Shag exactly, Barry? If someone asks you that, if you're traveling, not in the UK, obviously, but
not in the UK,
let's say in Hawaii,
and sometimes in New York, even if I've been with our dance team up there and wear a ball cap or whatever, and they said that's vulgar, and I said no, it's not. It's a dance. It's a dance.
It is a dance.
But the late great Louis Grizzard, columnist from Atlanta, he said it best. He said shagging is jitterbug on Valium. I mean, it is a slowed down dance. It is footwork dance. It is not arm movements and flips and that sort that you might see on Dancing with the Stars. But it certainly is. It's our dance. It's very regional.
Oh yeah.
And this kind of gives a segue. We have about 15 years ago we started a dance team, and 10 years ago they started competing.
Right.
And we're proud to say that Myrtle Beach Herald is a sponsor.
We love them, our show sponsor.
Myrtle Beach Herald.
That's exactly right. Oh, great.
Sponsor.
You got a shot of that. Let me hold that up, too.
That is this year's team. And we're not competing after this year. Well, not to say we will never do it again, but we're not competing this year. We're doing more exhibitions. They've already performed 4 times, twice in South Carolina, twice in Virginia this year. And then they're going to, we're going to do, of course, they'll be at the Nationals, but they're...
That's the National Shag Dance Championship team, the traveling team. Right.
And that's selected by our board every year of dancers who have...
Wow.
To qualify that, you got to be a really good dancer, and you've got to have danced, gone to the big ball. And the big ball is Saturday night. You've got to have made the finals to dance on Saturday night at the Nationals to be on that team, and we got just some fantastic dancers.
You do. And now, how many of these are Palmetto State residents, and how many are Tar Heels?
That's a good question. Let's see. We
Not
have.
to put you on the spot.
Well, you did, but let's see. We have 1, 2, and a lot of these people move. Everybody that shags moves to Myrtle Beach or North Myrtle Beach. They really do.
Yeah.
But right now, I'd say we got about half from South Carolina on there, some North Carolina and Virginia.
Virginia's being represented now.
Virginia, well, we've over the last few years, we've had quite a few from Virginia because they had some really good dancers that kind of cream of the crop. But also this team, for the first time, they're going to perform, I think, the first weekend in May at Harvard University.
Oh, come on.
No, they got
Harvard University in Cambridge, Massachusetts?
Harvard, one of our guys from Charlotte, North Carolina, a banker, his name is Jason Cagle. He and his wife Holly on the team.
Yeah.
And he arranged it, and they're going to do their little number where they say, anyway, it's
sponsored by the Myrtle Beach Herald.
You will be at Harvard, yes, again.
I love it. Yeah,
there you
very
go.
good connection there. That's right.
Good.
We ought to travel up there, Donald. Get up there and check them out.
Film it out and do the whole thing. That'd be super. But this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to do more venues such as that, and to take the Shag to. I mean, it's going to be into clubs and all. And our past teams over the past 10 years, they've done 23 national dance championships, and this is where they compete against teams who did the Lindy, teams who did the West Coast swing, the East Coast swing, etc. Of all of those times, Greg, we have won 15 out of 22 times.
Oh, come on.
1/3 and the rest seconds. So the dance
number one, 15 of 22.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The swing, and it's generally judged by pure swing dancers. But one thing they recognize is the footwork.
Right.
And we emphasize that. Look at their feet, because we do more with our feet. We, not me, but
right.
they do more with their feet
yeah.
than the others who do the flips and whatever. Because it's our guys are just so good, because usually when they compete,
yeah.
the swing dancers, the guys don't have the footwork that our guys have.
Is that right?
Well, enough bragging about the team.
Yeah, no, I love it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The team superstar, we want to highlight some of the tremendous folks this year. If folks are going back to bed, probably having stayed up so late,
right.
What's a good phone number for someone to call to learn more about both March as well as later this month?
They can call me, and this is my cell number, 843-222-6706.
Okay, and that would work for all of our viewers in the PD,
That's right.
Southeastern North Carolina.
That's right.
Still, 843-222-6706.
That's correct. That's correct.
That's great. Well, I saw it in a recent press release and a piece that came out in the Herald last month, where you'd laid out some of the contestants that will be competing later this month. And,
right.
Obviously, give viewers a sense of, can they get tickets? I mean, is it open to the public?
No, it's
sold out of it, right?
No. It's definitely open to the public, but
right.
we have some perimeter seats or tables, and those are for sponsors and people who have been buying the tables for years. But we will have some free bleacher seats,
right.
and then, of course, if you've been to Studebakers, they've got lots of tables in there.
Oh, yeah.
And if you come early, you'll get a table. This is for the 25th and 26th.
Right.
It's a little more crowded in March.
Yeah.
So anyway, just come on. But you do get the tickets at the door. We don't do them ahead of time. A lot of people said we should, but anyway, we do it at the door.
Madhouse,
and
yeah.
we've never turned anybody away. So
is that right?
Right.
How does Don fit them in? I can't
He
even
gets them
imagine.
in there. They're in there.
Nice and creative. That's right.
Yeah.
We won't talk about that on a.
No, we better not.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah. How about some of the folks that are in there? I see Melanie Bennett, so his wife.
Oh, listen, it's going to be the Coastal Carolina #1 fan. She's going to come back and
right.
she's going to do what David didn't do.
She's hoping,
and she's hoping and win it. And then we also have last year we had Alma Lynn Hayden. Alma Lynn was if you know Alma Lynn,
she was listed as an author. I saw. I didn't know she was.
She
an
did.
author, I think.
Well, she did.
She was a Miss. Was she a Miss South?
What's the word? I don't do the stuff. The needlepoint.
Needlepoint.
Anyway,
yes.
She did all those patterns and all. So she authored many books on that, and she does.
Right.
She's very creative. Alma Lynn is an absolute hoot. And yes, Alma Lynn was Miss Sun Fun. She was Miss Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
Miss Myrtle Beach High School. She was first time I ever met her.
Hilda Carter will be with us tomorrow, and I think she was involved in helping to train
Right.
Alma Lynn.
The first time I ever saw Alma Lynn was the elevator opened. I was dating a girl who was in the Miss South Carolina pageant. The elevator opened, and this redhead from Myrtle Beach comes out, and she started talking 90 miles an hour. But anyway, Alma Lynn, that's the first time I met Alma it's a few years ago.
A few years
ago. But Alma Lynn was in it last year, and this year going back. For our author this year, we have Celia Rivenbark.
Oh, yeah, the Sun News
is absolutely hilarious.
Who's great on Sundays.
Right.
Very popular.
She's hilarious, and I think one of her books is something like something to the effect that girls in the North are just as smart as us, except we're prettier. I think so. I think that's the title of it.
Whatever it is, it's a good one. Yeah,
it's good. She's doing it. Let's see. I don't want to forget anybody here. We've got also dancing. We got Senator Luke Ranking.
Oh, right. Yes,
yeah.
Luke will be with us this Friday.
That's
we
right.
hope we can get him
That's
to
right.
open up a little bit about that. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
He'll open up.